All right. And we're live, everybody. Live Monday night to all 7 continents and everyone traveling in the wild blue yonder. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Monday Night Live with me. And let's get this started the way we always do with some of this. There, I feel much better now. And we got a couple people rolling in. How's everybody doing tonight? Let me lower this down a little bit. There we go. Better, better, better. I can see everything a little bit better now. And welcome for all the people that got a hold of me during the week. It's Johnny. What's going on? Yeah, just you. No, it's you and Robert Meyer. And then looks like a bunch of people fun. And Shannon's here. Buddy's here. Fun with Cars. KJ Kylie. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Monday night. You guys here? Let's redo this for those who didn't get a chance to see this. Since I don't know, maybe I started too early or something like that. I don't know. There we go. I feel better now that everybody got to see it. Oh, please tap the like on the way and Fun with Cars. That's right. Yeah, we get a bunch of people rolling in, looks like, by the counter on the screen. And I have to go that way and make the hat straight. Okay, I don't look like a goober. And we started 2 days ago the 12 videos of Christmas videos every day until Christmas Eve. And then anything that I put together between now and Christmas Eve, I'll do, on the 26th, because people don't need to watch when they're supposed to be doing fun stuff. It's too cold to do anything. Yeah. Paul Bruno, what's going on, buddy? Buddy says it's too cold to do anything. It's not that much better here. Tomorrow's supposed to be better, as a matter of fact. Because I know I talked to people all over during the weekend. They're like, nah, it sucks. It sucks. And it's the further up north there, the more they're like, it sucks. Yeah, like 51 tomorrow. So yeah, not so bad. Send Dr. Art's channel to three of your friends and get them over 1,000 subs. Yeah, that'd be good. Steven, the Bunky Bird, is here. It was 10 degrees up in Buffalo. Oh, man. And probably snowing, too. Yeah. Josh Owen says, it's good to be here. Well, it's good to have you here. Ooh, a high of 18 today. Tula toilet and septic. Robert throwing out after a below zero Minnesota weekend, supposed to be in the 40s tomorrow. Heat wave. Yeah, all that snow is going to melt and everything's just going to turn to mud. Yay, mud. Yep. So, yeah, what happened with the 12 videos of Christmas, I remembered that I had put some videos on a second channel years ago. And just to get, because I was trying different things with thumbnails and titles and things like that way back when. And I never did anything else with that channel. In fact, they're still there. But they were there, and there were some of the ones that got zotted out. So I went back and recopied them, downloaded them, recopied them, and reposted them. And those are all of the videos that are going to be posted for the next 10 days. So enjoy. Some of them are okay. One or two of them are stinkers, but that's just the way it's going to be. You never know. People may like them. But it's all decent content. It's all car guy content, except for one, which was an attempt at humor, but you'll see that around the 20th. Scoop says, can't see my glared up lighted keypad at the minute, so I'll just watch you. Okay. Shout out to Maxis for doing a great job on my tailpipe. Thanks, Doctor. Yeah, they do good work over there. They've done stuff when I don't feel like doing stuff. Quite a few. I had quite a few Crown Vic cop cars I take over to them because they have a like an in-house turbo muffler that they use. And I just have them replace the big stock mufflers with those, and it just sounds good. Just do the muffler swap; they won't delete cats or nothing. But he does a good job. He did some work on one of the V8 Rangers because I had it real raspy with like a dual glass pack right off and it sounded fantastic, but I got a little trouble with that truck, so I needed to quiet it down. So I took it there and they did a real nice job. Made it sound really good. They do real good work. Mexican Spec is here. Road Ready Rick. What's going on, buddy? 70 in Colorado today. Nice. So we had that going, and then tomorrow, possibly, found a guy locally who took over a commercial property. In the back of this property, and I'm watching what some people are doing across the street. They're backing up the road with their hazards on. Okay, whatever. A couple El Caminos. Now, these are not the El Caminos I was looking for. These are not your El Camino. These are like the 80s version, which I've had, and they were, they're the car themselves is all right, but it's like the dash, the wiring, and everything is kind of real cheese whiz on those. And so tomorrow I'm going to go over there because he wasn't available on the weekend, and I had too much other stuff to do today, and go over there and check these cars out because one's basically a roller, and one's supposed to have a motor in it, and it's a package deal for two that it's pretty. It's a good price, and he's just a few miles down the road. So we'll go over there tomorrow and see. Maybe we could pick those up. Not that I need them, but I'm going to go look at them and see what we got. It was 13 degrees yesterday, so I got another convertible. Nice. Way back when I was a youngin', working on the car lot in Milwaukee during a snowstorm, I sold a used Chrysler LeBaron convertible to a guy in a blizzard. So I thought that was kind of one of the cool things you could do. You could sell a convertible to a guy in a blizzard. So pretty fun. Robert Meyer, love glass backs. Many of my vehicles had them. However, my old age, I seem to like more of a muffler. Yeah. But this was a 2001 V8 Ranger. I took the engine, transmission, differential, basically the whole powertrain out of this two-wheel drive Explorer, put it into this 2001 Ranger. So I had air conditioning, V8, overdrive, four-wheel disc brakes, cruise control. All the gauges work. I redid the seats in the interior, redid the carpet. It was a neat little truck. It was slammed, and a dual glass pack. So it was just the coolest little truck. But but I guess I offended the wrong person, and I was made to put a proper muffler on it. So I did that. That's why I took it over to that Maxi muffler. He's, like I said, he's done a lot of cars for me. So, oh, we got quite the adventure here. Shannon almost burnt down my garage Saturday. Pulled fuel tank to do welding, and it started to leak on the floor. While I was working, luckily I took a break and noticed it. Yeah, that would have been not very good. Yeah, quite exhausting. Yeah, it's but it was because it was cool because it was an extended cab flare side and it was just slammed on the ground and it was V8 and it sounded like a V8. So I roll it to people and be like, oh, cool. I just get a lot of thumbs up in that little truck. And of course it was, all dialed in and everything. So what do I do? Oh, I sell it like, but it's another one I should have kept. But what are you going to do? I'm porting Iron Heads, best place to source quality bits. Where did I get Auto Body Tool Supply? I think is where I got my last set from. The carbides and stuff like that. Yeah, in their iron heads. So yeah, you can get a real aggressive, tight overlap on the flutes on the burrs because aluminum those will clog up. You got to use the wide ones. On the steel ones, you get the clean ones. But yeah, I think that's where I got the last set from. Speaking of the Barbarians, I finally found a good latch. Should be topless this summer. Nice. This hero should have gotten this biff. No, I was just happy to sell a convertible during a snowstorm. It was just, kind of like when you're selling cars. It's one of those things that you're like, yeah, I did it. Get Aqua Shaking, just checking in. King's Rule, what's going on, buddy? Glad to have you here. Nice. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. I got carbon rotating file bits from Tool Supply House back in the day to port with. Still use them 20 years later. Yeah. Unless you lose them, they don't really ever really go bad if they're if you take care of them. And like I said, you don't lose them and do your work and leave them on the table and they go under the table and swept up and put them back. Paul Bruno, rear springs are settling, but I love the aerodynamics. Nice. Yeah, I know. Aerodynamics, yeah. Carbide, not carbon, sorry. Did I say... You say carbon or carbon, yeah. Carbide. Yeah, get the just a good set of carbide bits, and you can use a Dremel, you can use a cordless drill, you can use really I like to use if I'm doing. I use the carbides to clean up the big burrs and things like that, and like D-shroud valves and all that kind of stuff. But if I'm going into the ports to clean up just like miscellaneous slag, make the exhaust smooth and stuff like that, I like to get the sandpaper rolls, and they come in shapes like trees and bars and rounds and things like that. But those sandpaper rolls do a real nice job of cleanup. And what's nice about them, it's kind of like when you go to sand a car and you're doing the body work on it, and you got your flat board, and then you got a dark spot, so you have a low spot. Same thing with those sanding rolls. It'll show you in your ports where your high spots and low spots are, so you know where to work, so you're not kind of overworking an area. And KJ, what heads are you porting? Are you doing some 3.9 heads, or are you doing something else? Yeah, Amazon has a bunch of carbide bits for a reasonable price. Yeah, you can get them through Amazon too. And probably nothing wrong with them. Just read where they come from and read the reviews and make sure it's not going to take a month to get them. I should keep the monster intake manifold on my. Should I keep the monster intake manifold on my 352 FE? Oh, you mean the 190-pound intake manifold? Nothing wrong with the way they with the way they flow or the way they work and stuff like that. They're just so heavy. And if you can, because those FE intake manifolds aren't, they're not like a small block Chevy manifold. There's not like 100 of them on Marketplace where you just go pick one up for $150. If you if it's a 4-barrel, it's going to work. If it's a 352 FE and it's a 2-barrel and you want to put a 4-barrel manifold on it, yeah, just get the aluminum one. You can even go with like the Jegs brand. They're fine. Just to lose the weight off the engine stand, and when you're installing and stuff like that. And then it's penny a pound, you can go get a lunch with that thing. There's heavy. Oh, they are 3.9 heads, KJ. Okay. Yeah, it's 3.9 Magnum. Nice. Yeah, because KJ's got a little truck with a 3.9 V6 Magnum in it that we did a little tune-down for him a little bit ago. Woke it right up, made it run real nice, and it was modified. And correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm trying to remember. It had like headers and cold air and stuff like that on it. So, if you got time and it's not down, kind of opening up a set of heads, really will help it out quite a bit. Well, Par Brunkster, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Thanks for popping in. Kings Roll, yeah, new Edelbrock 4-barrel carb. Yeah, just like I said, I check Marketplace because sometimes you can get them. And if not, go with like the white box intake manifold, because I think one from Edelbrock's like 450 something stupid. If you get one for $200, I guess it would be worth it, But yeah, that's kind of the first thing to take off, because you don't think you're like, well, it's if it's a 4-barrel and it's working fine, but then you'll have to, for some odd reason, take that freaking thing back off one time when it's still in the car, and you need a cherry picker to get your intake manifold off. Just get the aluminum one. My opinion, I could be wrong. Yeah, port matching. Yeah. Justin Parker. Let's not murder this. Justin Picarno. What's going on, bud? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Oh, what else has been going on? Oh, the In-N-Out Burgers in the area opened up over this last week, and it was just pandemonium. I mean, people stand in line 2-3 hours for a hamburger. I mean, yes, In-N-Out's fantastic, right? I've been eating In-N-Out burgers since 1986. Is the first time I had one in California. And I understand it, but I ain't standing out in the cold for 3 hours for a hamburger. I just got too much stuff to do. And people that did it, great. They loved it, great. Dr. R, can I clip a video of yours to post a link to your channel? I think it would help. Sure. I'll even send you the file on the video. Just send me an email and I'll attach it and send you the file, and you can download it and edit it and clip it from there if you want. That'd be cool, sir. Appreciate that. Did like I said, the 12 videos of Christmas. I went earlier today because on the old channel we did a bunch of dog adoption videos. Not so much for hours, but picked up a lot of subs that way. And I went there today, and they were it was right when they opened it. So when they start to walk them, and everybody was just barking along, and it was there wasn't that many dogs there. So I'll go back later on in the week when it's a little bit more quiet. Do I still have my Galaxy? No. The one in the video was Paul's. The last one I had was probably 2 years ago, but I've had about a dozen of them. So, and my original one's long, long gone. You are missing out in the cold weather in Wisconsin. No, that's why I don't live there anymore. No, I got a daughter that lives up there and a sister that lives up there. Some other people that live up there. I think you're all crazy. I remember Krispy Kreme donuts came to Buffalo. Lines for hours, and then the low carb craze came around and they went out of business. Yeah. Robert Meyer says he likes the dog videos. Yeah, I did. It was just, I don't know. Everybody was upset because it was Monday, and they're closed on the weekends except for the volunteers that feed them. So Monday they get a chance to get out and see people and go for walks and stuff like that. And it was just pandemonium. So I did, looks like about 5, but I don't know. I'll review those. Maybe I'll throw those up tomorrow or the next day. Fun with Cars wants to know where you're from in Wisconsin. But he's like, what's your favorite year Galaxy? Wow, I can't speak. What your favorite year of Galaxy? I'm partial to 68 because that was my first car. It was a 68 Galaxy XL convertible, hideaway headlights and the whole thing like that. So that's, your first one's always, the most impressionable one. I really like the 66, 67 Galaxies with the stacked headlights. I think I've had a bunch of those. I really like those cars. And then some of the earlier ones, the 64s and stuff like that, they're all right, but they don't really. I like that 66 to 68 year. The 70s look kind of weird. Not any offense, anyone has a 70, but I've had a couple 70s, which were excellent driving cars. One time I had a gold 70 Galaxy 2-door fastback. Gold on the outside. I believe it was green on the inside, but it had buckets and it had that horseshoe center shifter console and stuff like that. It was really loaded up and stuff like that. That car, I drove that car from California to the Midwest. Then it just cruised, just lovely car. I don't really, not a fan of the way they look, but they're an awesome driving car. Need to get to the UP of Michigan. 7 months of winter is getting old. Yeah. T-shirt weather in Los Angeles again today. About 76 degrees in Los Angeles. Sunny Los Angeles today. Yeah, Scoop says he likes the 64s. Yeah. Okay. Scoop and you and King want to a 64 is what you're working on. Nice. 500 XL convertible. Nice. Halfway between Madison and Milwaukee. Okay, so somewhere on the 94 corridor. Indica Doggo, what's going on, buddy? How you been, man? Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. Had a 63.5 in Arizona, like the 64, the best. The 64, yeah, with kind of the round tail lights and stuff like that. I understand that, yeah. Um, Furthest I got into Wisconsin was just south of Kenosha. Um, yeah, no, I've been all over. I've been that state. I've lived there back and forth a couple times. Um, the winter's horrible unless you're, on a snowmobile. Other than that, mm, it's tough. It's tough. It was tough for me. I left there as soon as I could. Uh, Sadly, I don't have any 60 vehicles. Early 70s Power Wagon though. So I mean, those are cool. Uh, Sent the email. The fuel tank leak while I was cutting, grinding, welding just the other side of the car. Would have been ready to learn my lesson. All right, let's. Here we go. Fuel leak. Holy mama! All right, let's. We got to go here, and we got here. Okay, it's telling me to do something, but I don't want to do it. So we're going to go here. We're going to go share screen. We're going to go Gmail. We're going to go here. And we're going to go here. And we're going to go here. This is Shannon's. Oh my God. Yeah, you'd have lost everything. Yeah, that had took out both cars. Yeah, that would have not been cool. It's a good catch. You caught it on time. You're like, what's that smell? Oh my gosh. Well, it's a good thing. Good thing you found it. All right. Let's get back to the show here. Baker's Gas and Welding sales ending soon. $2,000 Miller 211 Pro MIG 1400 ordered mine today. Wow. Nice. That's a good sale. 64 Galaxy or Impala, pick one. Horse apiece, man. They're both good looking. I think I had a 60. Was it a 64 Impala or was it a Biscayne or something like that? But it's like a 327 and a Power Glide and stuff like that. Car was hilarious. Doing good, busy as hell. How are things going for you? I'm same thing, busy this time of year. So looking forward. I took some time off next week. Be off for about 10 days at the house, so it'll be nice. Maybe we'll go down to Florida for a couple days, get some relax and some sun. I had a customer pulling to the service drive with the car on fire. That was exciting. Was that the Hyundai? Was that the Hyundai days? Hyundai days. I loved the Winders when I was younger, but the older I get, the harder it is to handle. Yeah. I've probably told this story before, but I'll tell it again why I don't live up there. Well, when I was 17, graduated high school, I went into the Air Force and I left and I went down to Texas where it was nice and warm. This was in August, so really warm in Texas. Basic training tech school, 2 different bases in Texas, and got all done with that flew home for a couple days, like a week before Christmas, for Christmas with the parents, and then flew out to California, where I lived for the next 3.5 years, up in Victorville, up in the high desert and stuff like that. Yes, it was Victorville, but it was 363 days of sunshine and warm and fun. And so I was a desert rep from there on. Got done with that, moved back to Wisconsin for some reason. We do things when we're young. And I was up there until because I was up there for a while, and I was planning to go back out west. I kind of figured where I was going to go and head and all that kind of stuff. And it was the New Year's Day 2000, first day of 2000. And we got like 12 inches of snow. And at the time, the house I was living in had a big long driveway that went all the way from the road all the way alongside the house and into the back. So I'm out there and I got this gigantic, 8 horsepower throw a cat 600 feet snowblower. And as I'm doing this, I'm like, this is the dumbest thing a human can do. So I finished up. I parked the snowblower, went in, called the U-Haul, got a trailer, went and picked the trailer up the next day, packed up and left. Ended. Hadn't been back to live. So, Nicodoggo, I'm fighting with motor mounts right now. I have an O2 Ram, and I have a short block built for boost ready to go, but the O1 is earlier block, and the motor mounts don't match the brackets. That sucks. The block is different. O1, O2, huh? Okay. Somebody's got to make an adapter for that. Or the O2, you got to use an O2 frame mount or something. Cars, I'm sure that was. Plus working, together, it gets cold. Yeah, it was. My hands start to freeze up and stuff like that. Then I'm like, I'm done. Fire's no joke. I know you're feeling lucky right now, but you can call a cardiologist and cancel your stress test. Yeah. Abilene, Texas. No, I was in San Antonio and Blackland for basic training, and whatever base was in Shepherd up in Wichita Falls. Free shipping too. Wow. $500, $600 off a welder and free shipping. Nice. We've had a couple Hyundais and we've never burned one. Mechanic I knew told me he was welding a fuel tank once, and he said it suddenly flew away from him with a flame shooting out the filler deck like a rocket. Yeah. Well, there are airplanes when you graduate high school. Yes. Biplanes and hot air balloons. The airplanes are made out of wood. Yes. Rocks. There wasn't even wood yet. They were just rocks. Vintage Adventures Drives. What's going on, buddy? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Thanks for popping in. We're making our own steel mounts. Okay. That'll be interesting. That'll be fun. Fun with cars. Yeah, you ain't kidding. Yeah, that was a bit stressful. It killed all the power in the shop and threw a tank outside, cleaned up everything the next day. Yeah, that's always, you're like, whoa. It could have got bad, real bad, but it didn't. So move on. Somebody was watching out for you. Ever been to the Air Force Museum in Dayton? Yes, I have. It's cool. In fact, uh, I can prove it. I think on this phone, maybe. Because I worked on F4s and I had a few there, and I got one as actually as my like little icon on my Google page. But I don't know if I saved it to this phone or not. It was quite a bit ago. It was before this phone. And come on. Yeah. That's let the camera adjust here for a second. There we go. Yeah, that's was the an F4 like a D model, a couple MiG kills on it and stuff like that. But yeah, that's that museum in Dayton. And then let the camera adjust so I'm not all blacked out here anymore. Hello, come on. There it goes. It's coming back. All right. This one won't fly. Was Kelly Air Force Base still there? I don't recall. Whoa. I think I just blotted somebody. I'm sorry. Whoever it was, apologies. I think fun with cars. Sorry. That's moving away. I need a mod. I banned you, sir. Not intentionally, so don't take it personally. I'm sorry. I fat fingered it. I don't know if how I can undo that, but I'll figure it out. Sorry. Fun with cars. I fat fingered it and it blotted you out. Didn't mean to do it. Okay. Sorry. So it's kind of a pain in the ass. Yeah, they are, but you'll get through it. I bet I could flatten a cartoon coyote. Martin Baker ejection seats. Yep. Don't pull the handle when you're trying to do stuff, son. Free fun with cars. Yeah, it doesn't give me a little option not to. Spec, if you're still here, can I undo that? Notes, style, media, banners, private chat. No. I'll figure it out. I'm sorry. Fun with cars. I didn't mean it. But it happens, right? Sorry. No harm, no foul. And let's see. I blocked a mod at a veteran biker, and it took half the show to restore him. Yeah. 6 was banned. Their comments were removed. Sorry. Shoot me an email. And I'll work on that. Buddy, did you test the new rear suspension on the Ranger yet? No, it's been like cold, very cold here. So maybe this weekend. Jerry Van's here. He says he's on the phone with E. E is downstairs. I think I could just click on his name to hit unblock. Yeah, I tried that. It's like grayed out. So I don't know what's going on. There's Jerry. He's on the phone with the downstairs people. Phone cars. I don't know. You'll be good for next show. I'm sorry. I had to go into settings. Okay, I'm on StreamYards. I don't even know where they have settings. Settings. Well, maybe here. Guests. It says there is no band guests. No band guests. Layout hotkeys, recording, visual effects, audio, camera, general. Yeah. Yeah, he's in exile. I had to go. Okay, I'll figure it out. I'm not on YouTube. I'm on StreamYard. So I don't know where the there's stuff on the bottom here. What's this? Okay, we don't want that. Need help? Yes, I do need help. All right, got to put the old guy glasses on. Unban. Backspace. Try searching something else. I did. Tried searching unban. Help, yes. Oh, no. Oh, I got to do this after the show. All right. Anyway. King's Rule. I worked on plays for about 12 years in the Antelope Valley and Mojave. Yes. L1011s and F5s, F20s, and the B1s and the F18s. So, yeah, same neighborhood. So you knew where George was up in Victorville, so it ain't there no more. It's a spaceport or something now, some kind of silliness. What are we sending pictures of? Whatever you want. Your cars, your rides, your stuff you did, stuff you blew up, stuff you're proud of. Just send them. And we'll put them up on the old Tube of Views, and we'll take a look and see what you got. But yeah, sending pictures of cars, trucks, vans, squirrels, dogs, whatever you want. Hey, fun with cars. I hear the snacks are terrible in there. Oh boy, rub it in. But yeah, that's okay. That's the worst thing I do. And I can get them back in. Hopefully, he's a big supporter, so wasn't anything intentional done there. So, what are your guys' plans for the next couple weeks? I got off from the 23rd till the 2nd. And since we already had somebody here, I got a sister that lives in Knoxville. We may go there for a couple days, or we may just go down to Florida for a couple days and get some fun and sun and stuff like that. I gotta do something. I gotta get out. It's been a weird year, and I'm tired of being. On my other account. So yeah, I won't I won't bad you on that one, Jay. Sorry about that. But you're back, and it's your. You can't take someone out of tenant out. Yeah, you have to wait it out. Yeah, I think so. I think on StreamYard, you just got to wait it out. Yeah. So what's everybody's plans for that? Um, you go in someplace warm, someplace fun. Imagine a lot of people are going to see all their in-laws and outlaws, mm, people and stuff like that. But some of us, maybe we can um, go to Florida for a couple days. I need to see the ocean. I haven't seen the ocean all year. We've been back and forth up north, and just all kinds of nonsense. Just need to turn everything off um, for 2 3 days. I think it'd be a well worth the effort um, to do that. And we got some friends that live down near Pensacola and stuff like that, so we may just go down there and hang out with them for a couple days. Um, Where's my see? On a positive note, you have another subscriber. I subbed on this account. Yay! So if I ban everyone, they can all come on in their second account and thumb up and subscribe. That would be something. Um, Fun and nice first Gen S10. I have to see if they will deliver it halfway. Where'd you find it? And Robert says he's just going to try and stay warm. As you notice, I got the sweater on today. Those only come out. Venture Drives. I have 7 accounts. It's a lot to ban. Well, yeah, you can just subscribe to each one of them. We don't have to necessarily ban you. Josh Homan, he's getting decorations put up, not going anyplace warm. Good. Well, that's good. Oh, the truck's in Nebraska and you're in Minnesota. Are they going to meet you in Iowa or something? That'd be cool if they do. But then you're kind of like obligated to go, yeah, I guess I'm buying it when it comes up there in 2 pieces. Vintage Adventure Drives, got some pictures sent over. Let me pull them up here. Oh, and this is the scam. Okay, cool. I dig it. Let me get this set up here. Share screen. Come back here. Come back here. These are Tanner's. I could probably make that picture a little bigger. Hang on a second. Yeah, well, too big. I like the purple hornies and the slotted mags. That's cool. I dig that. Let's see what else we got here. Another view on it and a dealer plate. Nice. Nice. I like the 6-pack scoop on it and stuff like that. I like it. It's cool. It's what it's what a hot rod should look like. Just kind of down and dirty and made for fun. Yep, I'd pay 200. Yeah. To get this, I would definitely send some burnout videos with the old cars. Nice. I took those pictures of my old street racing spot. Nice. Darter a scamp? Yeah, it's a scamp. Scamp. I think by the taillights makes a difference. I don't know. Scoop likes it. Not even sure yet if the 48 Flathead 4-wheel will do a burnout, but I'm willing to try. 48 Flathead. 48. That's a big car for a Flathead. I don't know if it's got the ear correct little, 4 or 5 inch wide bias ply tires. It might. Let's see why not. It's a 400 with 433 gears, 3500 stall converter. It's going to be the fastest points car at No Name Nationals in 2026. Nice. Yeah, it should get down to 400 with some 430 gears. Should be nice. Yeah, Vintage Adventure, Tanner. I went to was that the first No Name National? The very first one. In fact, I was the very first card on the track at the first inaugural No Name Nationals. So I got that going for me, which nobody can take away. But I don't know. I may go back this year. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. September's a long time away. So go there for, just like a day or so. Do a couple of runs, hurt some feelings, and leave. I think that's the best plan. What's everybody else going to be doing? Because most of the people are like, yeah, I can take a break and this and that and a couple days off. Hopefully, y'all get at least a couple days off. I know sometimes when you work retail, like I have in the past, you're like, no, you're there, Christmas Eve till noon, and you're back on the 26th, and stuff doesn't even really feel like a holiday at all. Made it to No Name Nationals year, met Jamie from Dead Dodge and a bunch of other people. Had the best time of my life and decided I have to go back. Oh, okay, nice. I work driving an ambulance, so holidays don't exist. Yeah, unfortunately, somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to drive the ambulances and work at the gas stations and, all that kind of stuff. Do all the retail stuff. Buddy's going to bake Christmas cookies and eat them. That's fantastic. Shannon approves of the scamp. Yeah, he's still hanging in here. He says Tess. Oh, fun with cars. He's back on the fun with cars. Oh, okay, cool. A short bat. Kingsville, I think I sent the pick of the 64. Yeah, it came through. Bam. Bam. All right, let me get this one up. Hang on, everybody. Hang on to your Christmas cookies. We'll get this done in a second. Here's King 64. Let me see if I can make that a little bit bigger so everybody can see it a little bit better. Bang. Oh, there we go. Bang. Oh, that's cool. It's got all the trim, convertible. It's got the spotlight on it. I love these little front fender little winglet thingies here. And you look out the rearview mirror, you can see the nice hips on the car and stuff like that. Yeah, that's a cool car. I like it. Even comes with a soccer ball. Very nice. Yeah, good. Still in the desert. Okay. What am I going to do with this cake and a file in it now? Jess is a nice, sharp looking car. Paul Bruno says very nice. Bruno Cars. Uncle Tony said he would come on a live stream with me, but he has ghosted my emails. Then Dr. Banby. You're not going to get Tony through emails. He doesn't read them. You have to send, you have to address it to Kathy at that UncleTony'sGarage.com and address it, attention Kathy, and then she will get him because Tony doesn't read his emails. So, and that's like a legit thing. He just doesn't do it. Kathy does all that. So you have to address it to Kathy, and that's how you got to get it done. I mean, if you're gonna, if you're gonna do a live stream, send me an email when you're gonna do it. I'll pop on. Not that I'm, anybody or anything, but I'll do it. I'll do it. Jerry says, "Nice car." What's the car behind it? I can tell what it is, but I'll let him tell you. I could tell by the big piece of chrome down the middle of the hood what make it is. Okay, try to send it. Yeah, that's cool. Send me a picture of it at the house next week. Yeah. We need Dr. Art banned me shirt for fun. Dr. Art banned me, and all I got was this lousy T-shirt. Including Kathy, and she's replied to me before. Yeah, that's the only way to get it done. The frog feeder. Bro, I think you had a video of a one-wire swap on a Mopar. Yep. I think I managed to save that one onto the new channel. Let me take a look. Bang. Cancel that. One. Yeah, it's on there. Go to the channel and type in Mopar one-wire conversion. Let me copy this. Go back to here. There's the link to the video. Can I just run my own wire and leave off all the old stuff for now? You can, but depending on the way it's wired up, you may be losing power to the inside of the truck or car or whatever you're doing. You have to consult your wiring diagram. Or you could just treat it like a standalone and run a positive from the battery right to the back of the alternator and bolt it on and ground it, and it'll charge the battery. If you have that separate lead off the solenoid to put power back into the car or truck or whatever you're working on, then you'll be fine. How much does that Galaxy weigh? A lot. With the chrome down the hood, it's got to be a Pontiac. Yes, sir, Paul, you are correct. Yeah, that would be great merch. Yeah, maybe I'll do it. Let me make a note. Because if I don't make a note, make a napkin note. Band. T-shirt. All right. Rebeat. Around 4,000 pounds. Give or take a few. And it's a convertible, so it's a little lighter. So I would just run my own, leave off the old stuff for now. Yeah. But if the stuff you leave off, make sure you wrap it so it's not just hanging out there sparking on stuff. Got to go. Have a great night. See you, Scoop. That's what I'm afraid of. Thank you. King Rule. Not sure about the car behind the Galaxy. That's my brother owns a property. He has maybe 20 cars back there. Yeah, it looks to be like a 54-ish Pontiac. Somewhere in that vintage, but it's definitely a Pontiac. For those who had to know, my best guess. And that's my best guess, and that's my hour, folks. So appreciate each and every one of you being here. Some of you were here twice because you got banned. Sorry about that. But now we got a new T-shirt to make. Next, yes. Next Monday, the 22nd is next Monday, the 21st, whatever next Monday is. Yeah, I'll be here next Monday. And we'll have a little more fun then with everyone. Until then, like I said, video a day. They all populate at 12:01 a.m. So there'll be a new one coming out every night until Christmas Eve. Go ahead and take a look at those. And then I will also be up with Tony on his show on his Wednesday Night Tech Talk Wednesday. So until then, adios. I'll let everyone know if I pick up these El Caminos. And Racer, thanks for popping in. You're just coming in at the end, but you can go ahead and rewatch the show. And thanks, everyone. And we'll see you next week.